Yes, welcome back to the Senior 3 Mathematics class on quadratic equations. And we are solving quadratic equations by method of factorization. We are now in example 2, which says that solve the quadratic equations below using factorization method. So the solution would be, for part A, which says 3x squared plus 13x plus 4 equals to 0. What is the number one step that we take when we are solving quadratic equations by factorization? The first step is, if you look here, there are three terms, 1, 2, 3. So there's no way we can factorize three terms. So what we do is to create an additional term so that there are 4 terms. So the first step to doing that is you get A times C and you call it product. You call it product, which becomes, what is A? A is the coefficient of x squared, which is 3, times C. C is the number which is independent of x. There is no x attached to it. 3 times 4, it gives us 12. What about the sum? You say that the sum is the coefficient of x with its sign. So it is 13, but it's positive. So the sum is coefficient of x, so we take it 13. After getting the product and the sum, what is the next step? The next step is to get the factors, because we don't use the product and sum anywhere, but the assist has in finding the factors. Then we use the factors to substitute or to replace the sum part of the equation. So what are the factors here? For the factors, you are going to think of any two numbers. When you multiply those two numbers, you get 12. And when you add those two numbers, you get 13. For example, 6 and 2. 6 and 2. These are not yet factors until they are verified to be holding. So, what is 6 times 2 is 12, correct? But let's check if they satisfy the sum part. What is 6 plus 2? It is 8, but we are looking for those that when we add at the same time, they give us 13. So these are not the factors. What about 3 and 4? 3 and 4. What is 3 times 4? 12. Correct. But how about the side of the sum? 3 plus 4, 7. Wrong. What about 12 and 1? Let's try 12 and 1. 12 times 1 is 12. It is giving us the product. 12 plus 1 is 13, which has given us the sum part. So these are the factors. As I said, the order does not matter. Somebody could have 1 and 12. 1 times 12 is 12. 1 plus 12 is still 13. So after getting the factors, you come and take away this term here, and then you replace it with the factors. So therefore, we shall have 3x squared. Instead of this 13x, we shall put the factors, either this or this. So let me pick the first one, 12 and 1. So I will say here plus 12x plus 1x, which is the same as x, and then plus 4 equals to 0. So if you look here, we have opened out 13x into two numbers, which is 12x and x. 12x plus x gives us back 13x. So whatever we have been doing here, it was just to assist us to open up this 13x into 2 terms, so that in total we have 4 terms. We have these 2 first terms and the second terms. What can we do here? We are going to factorize this. And the concept in factorization, we shall factorize this separately and factorize that separately. So here we have 3x squared plus 12x. What is the biggest number that can divide 3x squared and at the same time can divide 12x? You can see that 3 can divide this side and can divide that side. So 3 is common. X is here and x is also there. So 3x. So that means that 3x is a term that can divide both 3x squared and 12x. So if you open the bracket here, we shall say, what is 3x squared divided by 3x? 3x squared. 3x squared out of 3x. 3 and 3 will cancel. X will cancel and then we shall be left with 1x. So inside here we shall have x plus. What is 12x divided by 3x? It is 4. Because x and x will cancel. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Plus x plus 4. What is the common term there? Apparently there is no common term. But x, sorry, there is no common term between x and 4. But 1. 1 is always a factor of every number. So x can be divided by 1 and 4 can be divided by 1. So we shall just say factor out 1. 1 can divide these 2 terms. Then into shall have x plus 4 equals to 0. What is the next step here? The 2 brackets must always be the same, otherwise you are not correct, it must be wrong. Then you come and combine the 2 terms which are outside the brackets. This gives us here 3x plus 1. Then you pick either this or that. They are the same, x plus 4, then equal to 0. And we have said that in mathematics, if you have a product of terms on one side and they equate to 0, it means that either of the terms is 0. So here we say either 3x plus 1 equals 0, and then here you look for the value of x. This is now a linear equation. That means we shall take 1 that side to give us a 3x equals to 0 minus 1. If this one comes that side, it gives us negative 1. Let me say both sides by 3, both sides by 3. X equals to negative 1. Or the second bracket, x plus 4 equals to 0. Check for that side, shall have x equals to negative 4. So these are the values of x for the first equation. So therefore, x equals to, no, this one should have been negative 1 out of 3, please, because you are dividing both sides by 3, this and this will cancel. Then here x, so therefore x equals negative 1 out of 3, or x equals to negative 4. So these are the values of x. If you get these 2 values of x and substitute them one at a time in this equation, you find that it is equal to 0. Thank you.